I've got a box. This is my box, not your box, it's my box. And in my box, I've got another box. Let's get these out of here. And in my other 3 boxes, there's probably more boxes in the boxes. Let's do that one. We have a power supply with a proper plug on it. We have in here, I don't even know what this is, to be honest. Oh, I know what this is. It's a spot welder from Sequre. It's their new spot welder. So we've got oh my god, they're heavy. They are so heavy. Anyway, we've got that. We've got this, which I haven't got the faintest idea what it is. We've got this, which that's like a dabber thing, spot welder thing, yes. And then we've got a box, and in the box we've got another power supply. And we've also got a foot pedal, yes. So we'll put that away carefully. And in this box we've got the spot welder. I've been looking forward to this. I am actually doing some spot welding soon. I have got a project in mind that I will need this for. So I need to find out whether it's capable of doing it. This is a capacitive spot welder, so there's massive capacitors in there. Am I going to go and have a look at the destructions, or can I work this out myself? So that will go in there. That goes in the back like that. And then we'll charge it up. Well, we'll see what happens when we plug it in first. I'm not nervous or anything. It's blue. There's a fan in the power supply, come on. God, how much current's that pumping out? 5.6 volt, 15 amps. And I can hear a fan going. I'll come back when it's charging. While it's charging, I might as well put these in. These are they for the handheld one? Where's that gone? There it is. Yes, I think these are for the handheld one because it's got the things on it. So I'm not going to use those for the time being, but I will show it you. And then we have the other ones which should go. They are so heavy gauge. That's actually welding core wire thing stuff. And those tips, look at the insulation on those. Stop your little fingers from getting burnt. And they're very, very, very flexible. There's the nuts and bolts. I should read the destruction manual, shouldn't I really? I will have to, because it looks like there's things on here that I don't know what. I mean, what's that for? So as you can listen to it. Oh, they even give you a battery holder. Tiny little welding tips, that's for the handheld thing. And tiny little tips for the handheld thing. And tiny little tips for the handheld thing. They're not nut and bolt, they're just bolt. So they go in there. And like that. Oh, they give you a spanner as well, so we can tighten those up. I like this. Sequre have always been a quality sort of a manufacturer to me. I was using their, I can't remember what spot welder name, model number it was, but I was using theirs religiously and I was pumping so many amps through that, it was ridiculous. I know what a good weld feels like. It's when the tip slightly sinks into the metal and you could just about feel it pulling down, and that is a bloody good weld. Yeah, that is a good weld. I can guarantee that is a good weld. The pre-pulse is basically to clean the metal, and the second pulse is actually to weld. So usually the first pulse is lower than the second. Auto 1 second, which we don't want to do that, do we? So you set it to manual for the pedal. LCD 0 degrees. Oh, you can turn the LCD around. Beep on, language English, exit. Where's my 18650s? I'm just reading the spec of this thing. It'll do 2.5 to 3,000 amps, and it will do nickel plating below 0.5 mil, pure nickel 0.3 mil, Copper sheet 0.2mm. The interval thing is between pulses, between pulse 1 and pulse 2. The auto thing is, when you get these two tips and then you put them on there like that, it should count for however long you've got in there, half a millisecond, so it detects a short for half a millisecond and then it'll pulse. You know, I started doing a review of this thing and everything was going fine, and then I watched all the footage back and I thought, what shit. So I'm doing it again. I'm going to go through this menu system on here. Zoom. The first one you've got, let's show the buttons as well. The first one you've got, which is the pulse 1. Now that is to clean the metal, get rid of any contaminants, and it hopefully creates a perfect situation for a weld. If you find it's sparking too much, it's causing a mess, or it's not welding properly, the first thing I'll do is increase that. Now you've got to clean your materials before with alcohol to get rid of all the oils, the contaminants and everything else. It's a very, very good feature to actually have because it does clean the metal. Believe me, it does work. Your second pulse, which is your main pulse, depending on what you're working on, depending on how many milliseconds you've got to pulse at. This one here, which is manual, so if I wanted to change it to 2 seconds, what happens is you get these tips, you put it on the whatever, and then it detects a short, and then after 2 seconds it'll pulse as it is at the minute. So I need to change that back to manual because I've got the pedal installed. The interval is the time between pulse 1 and pulse 2. I would have put that at the top actually, reverse the manual and yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. If we go into the settings, stronger, I haven't got a clue. Light, that is to turn on and off the LED and the pen thing, which is there. Battery low voltage, that's a warning that will give you. The LCD, you can turn it round. If you have this on the top sort of thing, blah blah blah, you can change that. Beep on or off, language English. I'm not going through all of them because I'll never find my way back. I'm going to put pulse 1 at 0.5 milliseconds, half a millisecond, and pulse 2 is 3 milliseconds. Bear in mind, when I was in England and I had that something like about 1,000 amp battery pack, when I was doing welds on 0.2mm nickel, that was actually set, there's a mosquito in here, you little bugger, that was actually set up around about between 7 and 8 milliseconds. So I'm going to set a 3 millisecond pulse on here and see how it goes. I've got some 18650s to blow holes in, and also I'll go through a few key features. You can charge this with a 6S battery, and you can also charge it with this one, which is a slow charge. I'm not nervous. I can't quite see if that's square. Is it square? Hang on. So we're pretty much square, although it's not going to be because I can't see over this. 3 millisecond pulse. That's actually a good weld. I'm going to increase that to 4 milliseconds. I'm going to change that to 5 milliseconds. That's better. That's doing better than the stuff that the battery that I had in the UK, or the kit that I had in the UK. Let's try on the positive side. Yeah, that's a good weld. That's a very, very good weld. And it's also a wide weld because of the side of the tips. And as you can see, it's ripped the nickel off. What you've got to bear in mind when you spot welding is the current is all carried through these little holes here. So the wider the hole, the better the current handling. I've seen loads of people, some of the welds are thick, some of the welds are thin, and that's the worst thing you can do, especially when you fit a BMS. Because what happens is the BMS acts very, very strange when you've got thick and thin sort of wires or welds even, and the BMS might detect a different voltage that is actually on the battery itself. So you've got to be consistent. So this has got to do consistency as well, which I'm pretty sure it does, but I'm actually very happy with that. Those welds are probably about 1 millimeter wide. I'm going to go through the parts that I missed, and one of the parts was to change the tips. It exposes 2 grub screws. So you want to do the 2 grub screws. I think it's the same both ends, so it is actually reversible. So if you knacker one end up, you can put the other end in. That is very, very good insulation to stop these things from getting hot, and I doubt it very much if these will get hot. As you can see, it's very, very very flexible and very, very thick. I'm actually very, very impressed with it. And I'm a very critical person, as people know. It says it will do 0.2mm copper. If you're using batteries like this, 0.2mm is a hell of a thing to actually do. Even with the best spot welder, I reckon. Copper pulls off a lot easier, it rips a lot easier, and I don't recommend anybody use copper, so I'm not even going to bother testing it. As an overview and a conclusion, right? And this is my honest opinion. I'm not saying this because it was sent to me free of charge or anything. I'm going by a sort of a, if I was going to spend this money. At the moment, I am very critical on money, believe it or not. This is 172 quid or something like that, I don't know. It's worth every penny. For what you get, you know, this metal case, 2 supercapacitors in there. It runs on 5 volts. It's perfectly safe. If you were to put your fingers on there and press the pedal, you'd feel absolutely nothing. It won't kill you unless you've got blood like on both thumbs or something like that. It does the job. It does the job perfectly, and you don't need anything else. You don't need external batteries. You haven't got to charge your external battery. You haven't got to do absolutely anything. You just plug this in and away you go. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's made by Sequre. Sequre are very, very good. I know there might be people in the comments who are going to say, oh yeah, but mine broke. Whilst yes, things do break, manufacturing defects and stuff like that, but you can't get everything right every time. But I've never ever had a problem with any Sequre products, and I still use their soldering iron once a week, and it's been performing absolutely flawlessly. And I'm still using the same tip, believe it or not, the one that they sent me, which is what, 2 years ago. I have got a project in mind that I'm going to be using it for. I can't reveal it at the minute because I don't want to, and if I don't want to, I'm not going to do it. Okay, I honestly like it, and I do highly recommend it.
Should you really be eating while you're doing that?